Are you receiving an error on your Windows 7 machine with the Windows 10 upgrade application saying that your CPU is not compatible? Now, my computer stipulated that it was not compatible, but then now it says it is compatible. But I wanted to still make this video and show you how to download an application that will test your CPU to see if it's compatible. How to ensure your CPU is compatible with Windows 10 if you receive the message that your CPU is not supported on Windows 10. It may be because two reasons. First, you need to ensure that your central processing unit supports PAE, NX, and SSE2 instruction sets. And then there's another possibility that you might have to change a setting in your BIOS, but I'm going to skip that. I just want to make a video on how to use this free software. To test for PAE, NX, and SSE2, download a program called CPU-Z and run it. On the main window, look under the instructions heading for SSE2 EM64T, which also indicates the processor supports PAE, and either VTD or VTX, which is required for NX support. If you have all three, then you're good to go. If your CPU is compatible, proceed to the next step to ensure that your NX bit is set in the BIOS. Alright, I didn't have to fiddle with any settings in the BIOS. Here's where I will include a link to both of these URLs, these web pages, so that you can access them and read them on your own time. CPUID.com. Just go to their homepage, and then they have a download link. Version 1.75 is their most recent. Click on this top one, set up English for 32 and 64-bit. Obviously, if that's for Windows 7 and English version, just click on the download now again, and then it'll prompt you to save file. I'm going to cancel. I already have the latest version installed. I just want to quickly show you that website and download link. Now I'm remoted into my Windows 7 machine. Now install that software. Once you download the CPUID CPU-Z application, double click it, run it, install it, and then double click the desktop icon, say yes at the user access control, and then it takes a few seconds to detect. Now here's where you want to look for. Under where my cursor is at, instructions, to the right of instructions, it lists all of these supported instructions. In this article it says SSE2 EM64T, and then either, what was it, VTD or VTV or something like that. However, when I went into this Windows 10 upgrade, get Windows 10, that gets downloaded to your Windows 7 machine as a automatic update, before it said that my CPU was not compatible. Now it says it is compatible. I haven't upgraded it yet. I might make a video on how to upgrade Windows 7 to Windows 10, so I haven't upgraded it as of yet. But I did clear that error. But I wanted to show you how to test first, because if testing is obviously important, testing your CPU to make sure it's compatible with Windows 10. Now this only affects Windows 7. As long as your computer is running Windows 8 or Windows 8.1, then those operating systems are already compatible with their CPUs, and those CPUs are already compatible with Windows 10. This is just on Windows 7. Vista and XP you can't upgrade to Windows 10, so you don't have to worry. It's right here under instructions, and then SSE2, 3, or excuse me, SSE2 and then EM64T and these other two. So I'm going to close this back up. I'm going to go back and show you quickly back here. Right here is the important information. SSE2, EM64T, and then VT-D or VT-X. Although on my system it doesn't show all three, but I did install some latest Windows updates. I want to include this article from infopackets.com because there are some other possibilities. If you're getting that CPU is not compatible on Windows 7, it could be because you don't have the correct updates installed. Now, the last time I checked for current updates. There were none, but today I installed some updates that might have rectified my situation. So the first thing you would check is Windows Updates, and it has instructions on how to do that and which updates you want to look for. And then it shows you how to apply the patch to get Windows 10. And then also, it could be your CPU. So it could either be Windows Updates isn't correct, which I think is probably what my problem was. But I still wanted to test my CPU. Scenario number 2 is how to check your CPU. I already showed you that. You download that free CPU Z application. And then you might have to set the NX bit. On my computer, it doesn't look like I will have to. But in case you do on your computer, there's instructions here how to enter your BIOS and what you want to look for in order to set the NX bit in your BIOS. And there's another force NX bit in Windows. You might have to go through that as well. Then once you clear that hurdle, of receiving that error message where it stipulates your CPU is no longer or not compatible with Windows 10, then you can download and install Windows 10. So hopefully this video is productive. I wanted to at least show you how to test your CPU. That's basically the other parts of this possible solution or solutions. I'm going to leave a link to this article because it was very informative and it was easy for me to use it so that I could test my own CPU. Adios.